Welcome, everybody. This is Ray of RebelEars.com. I want to thank everybody who's tuning in to the podcast on Anchor.fm and who's also watching this interview on YouTube. So today we got a special guest, JB Hoodrich. So this is an exclusive Rebel Ears / JB Hoodrich podcast.
Yo, what's going on, man? JB Hoodrich checking in. It's definitely an honor to be a part of the show. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you. You know, Ray, Rebel Ears, man. Appreciate y'all for having me.
Oh, no problem at all. No problem. So real quick with JB Hoodrich, for a lot of people who don't know, some of your background, I'll let you explain that. But from in depth of what we've been through, like your connects go as big as MMG, DJ Scream, management that deals with a lot of record labels. I know you're connected with a lot of people dealing with the promotion aspect.
Right.
And you've done a lot from Dirty Sprite tour.
Yeah, I did. I actually did the very first stop for the Dirty Sprite tour. Just didn't know it was actually going to be me before he took off. I had a little situation with my homies where they had one of my homies real close to Future. Right before he took off, we ended up booking Scream and Future right there at the Atrium. It was almost like a last minute situation.
Wait, at the Atrium?
It was at the Atrium.
I'm sorry, but a funny story about the Atrium. Years ago, it was like you were saying when he was first popping off.
Right.
I was actually doing security when Future was at the Atrium.
Well, that was my party.
Oh, it was?
So if you saw those light-skinned girls dancing on the stage, that was definitely my girls that I kick with on a day-to-day basis. Those were my people. All the thugs y'all seen that came off the bus, that was my party.
It was deep. Both rooms were packed.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And then, you look back at all these events and it just shows you the work and the connection that you build.
Right.
Yeah, especially what we're doing now. So, we got an event that's happening in the near future at Cephora Lounge, and it's going to be kind of like a meet and greet networking event.
So basically, it's going to be called the Layover, and just like any other layover, when you're taking when you're on the plane, you don't know what to expect when you get to that layover. You might walk to a coffee shop, you know what I'm saying? You might walk into a place where they might have karaoke going at a bar, who knows? So what the Layover is various different things. We're going to bring you panels. We're going to bring you, possibly take you to the next level if you serious. We got Hoodrich Entertainment in the building, Shout out to Rebelity.com.
And shout out to Rebelity.
Yeah. Yes, it will be the future brand of this whole software company. Shout out to, we got DJ Scream. We'll shout out to QC. We evolved the QC, so I will have quality control in the building. Like I said, Rebel Ear is going to be there. Just check us out, man. Starting February 25th, every single Tuesday, man. It's going to be a $5 entry, man. And you got to know your cocktail drinks as far as being on a layover in order to get that $5 drink, if you know what I mean. But y'all definitely check us out, man, every Tuesday on that, man. And check, like I said, panels and all.
So the Layover is going to be, at Cephora Lounge, like I was explaining. And the pricing from the bottles, the admission to the hookah is in exclusive packages from the flight, first class.
Yeah. First of all, ladies, groups of five. Ladies, groups of five, we know how y'all love hookahs, man. So what we're doing is, ladies, groups of five come in. We will give y'all a free hookah complimentary of us, JB Hoodrich and friends, We got Rebel Ears. And we got Fly Hippie Definitely Boy to link up, man. Complimentary of us. Check us out. We got that. We got $150 bottles and sections. We're not even trying to break y'all heads, you know what I'm saying? I mean, if y'all want to come go crazy, you can go crazy for $350. Bring whoever you want, section free. We don't have no cap on how many in your section, none of that, man. Just come have fun.
That's the biggest thing, we come out, we like to just enjoy the moment. A lot of people thinking too much of the event in itself. If you get a bottle, a couple of hookahs, bring your people, have a good time, especially if it's on a Tuesday night, because majority of the people going to be thinking about work the next day. Might as well relax in the middle of the week. Might as well.
You're absolutely right about that, man. Hey, listen, y'all know Monday is the start of it, but I promise you, man, you come to the Layover, everybody that comes to my type of situations are about their business-oriented, and everybody's on a schedule. You know what I'm saying? We like to be diplomatic around here, so y'all make sure it's fly shit only, too.
Okay, so when it comes to social media, right now, if you want to follow JB Hoodrich, it's JB Hoodrich, HOODRICH.
One word.
Instagram. One word. No underscore, hyphens, none of that. And then some of the hosts for Cephora Lounge is DJ Hikey. So the IG is it's DJ Hikey. So ITS DJ HIKEY. And then we also got Mr. Vine City. Mr. Vine City, shout out.
That is Mr. Vine City for real, man. You can catch him right there on the edge of Vine City if you're looking for him.
Yeah, so his IG is underscore VINECITIPLAY with another underscore. And, you know, just come out, network, because the thing is, it's an open environment where everybody's having a good time, you know.
Yeah, and let me elaborate on that. When he say network, this is what I mean by network. Me being who I am and coming from where I came from, been doing this for a long time, understand that I probably will have a situation that you are looking for. You just got to come because, a lot of people out here trying to find different opportunities to be able to, do something to feed their family. So this is a situation where I probably can be able to put you in a place where I'm pretty sure I can put you in a place to where you need to be as long as you're willing to invest in yourself. I could put you in different places where, people you need to meet or opportunities, you just never know. You just got to come out and network and let me know, what you got going on. I have people around me that are part of situations that you couldn't even imagine. You just don't know if you're not letting us know anything. So we really need to understand where you guys are coming from. So if you're serious about your craft, Layover every Tuesday, definitely where you need to be. But if you're looking to relax, that's the same place as well. Come on out and check us out.
Yeah, just like JB said, every Tuesday, the Layover, every Tuesday. So real quick, dealing on the aspect of networking, what does it take to brand yourself? Go ahead and, get in depth with how you would come on.
All right, so anybody say they can brand yourself, but people going to believe it when they see it. What I mean by that is, do you believe in yourself? The way you take a drink, how you move, what you're doing. Do you believe in yourself that much that you could create a brand? Because that's what it's all about, believing in yourself first. As long as you believe in yourself, you can make anything come to life. So what does that mean? If I'm speaking to you and you have a business and you're not breathing it to me, like if I talk to you within your first 10 minutes of conversation, you didn't bring nothing up about what you have going on. To me, when you decide to bring it up, we already have issues because I probably did something to initiate that conversation other than you being like, hey, how you doing, so-and-so and so. Hey, look, I got this opportunity for you, or I got this going on. If that's not the first couple of things coming out your mouth within the first 1 or 2 minutes, you have to double check your passion. Double check your passion, you know what I'm saying? Because you might not believe in it. So the number one thing to branding yourself is believing in what you have to offer, whether it's yourself or whether it's a business. And the way you do that and how you show it is from the first 2 minutes of meeting a person, you let them know. Let them know what you got to offer. You let them know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Some people might, you might go away from what you thought you was about to talk about and go into investing in what you're trying to do. So believe in what you got going on, breathe it everywhere, because we all know that the number one thing to branding is people first, person-to-person interaction. If it's 50 people you run into a day, you should have repeated your business 50 times. If you didn't do that, then you failed.
And speaking on that, because just listening to what you're saying when it comes to branding, like you got to market yourself as a product.
Yes, that's very important. How you move, like I said, how you move, how you act, how you carry yourself. Let that be a part of what you are, because that's the only way that you really going to know it's going to come to life, and you have to believe in it. Otherwise, you give up on it for some first year, some 2, some 5 years. But some people won't pop until after 15 years. It depends on how hungry you are. I know, like, you look at 2 Chainz and them, they've been rapping for a long time.
Yeah, I do know 2 Chainz was, up in age, but he's actually doing a lot. His team just came out with an album. I've been bumping it actually last night when I was at Planet Fitness. So,
oh yeah, how you like it?
Actually, I like it. It's called No Face, No Case.
Oh yeah. I did hear that he did drop something. I have heard that a couple times. I think my homeboy was telling me about it.
Yeah, like a few songs. Virgil Discount, I like. G-Wagon, I like. Brick on My Face. It's dope, man. It's dope. But shout out to 2 Chainz and the crew. So really right now we're going to talk more about what to expect at Cephora Lounge, because even though we're talking about branding, networking, this is what's going to be brought into the venue. If you're an audio engineer or producer, I can set you up with some free presets and template when it comes to, like, if you're using Pro Tools, Logic, Fruity Loops, we got stuff when it deals with production, recording, mixing. And when it comes to recording and mixing, it might be a 2-track. And when it comes to track outs, it'll be mixing aspect. We're gonna be having presets for Pro Tools, and then also we're gonna be having free plugins for some producers and engineers for the artists. Now there's gonna be a lot of producers in the building, so always network, build off who you can get with. And then also I'm gonna be there, JB is gonna be there. It's gonna be all about the aspect if we have a event in the near future, especially when it comes to like Takeoff ATL, shout out Fresh at the Union. We're going to be having more events dealing with that, yeah.
What's going on in the venue, there will be times where we actually have performances. There will be time where we have top dogs in the building like DJ Swamp Izzo, DJ Scream, Hoodrich Films could be there. You never know. We don't know, but check this out. There will always be opportunities, so when you come, you have to come prepared. So if you're an artist and we're talking, don't tell me that you didn't bring your music. We can't hear that you didn't bring your music because this is a networking opportunity. So have the music be ready. If I ask you to perform on the spot right now, will you be ready to be on the spot and perform and show me what you got? Because like I said, you never know who's going to be there, you know. So always come prepared, you know. If you're a designer, yeah, bring your laptop. That's how we get down. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna show some work. We're gonna, you know, do whatever we have to do. We're gonna have plenty type of panels. Rumors I have it, you know, we got some, you know, some situations from ear drummers that we might be plugged in on. If you do it right, you know what I'm saying? Just be ready to network, because it's a lot of people out here that's trying to get close to somebody just to have the opportunity, and this is the place where you can do that. So take full advantage.
And then also around the summer, we're going to be giving people opportunities on, you know, when it comes to the ear drummers aspect. Because this happened from one of the events that me and my mentor, we went to, shout out Steve Hibicki. It was one artist that I told him about, and the next thing you know, he was trying to get that artist to do a track with Sway Lee. I do know there's talks about, you know, songs being released this year, especially with Steve Hibicki's production. Shout out to Steve Hibicki.
Yes, Steve.
More credits for 2020, because you know, it's all about what you're doing at the moment. Even if you have credits in the past, it really won't matter, especially on what you're doing at the moment.
Right.
You should have the expectation to go ahead and build on what you're doing.
Agreed.
And don't lose focus and stay consistent.
Yeah.
Every day. Just like how JB and I are working, we're trying to bring you an event that he said every week, every Tuesday. I ain't going to be there every Tuesday because I got other engagements.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah. I will be there every other Tuesday, though, because I want to give a space, especially what's going to be happening. I'm going to be bringing panelists. JB's going to be bringing panelists. The panelists that I'm going to be bringing are dealing on the more of the film and music aspect. He's bringing you more when it comes to the front end of fashion, business, and we just merging it together, especially if you're trying to get your music on films like Amazon Prime, because, you know, now everything is streaming. We got people who can get more in depth when it comes to licensing your music on commercials, TV shows. We can also get someone who deals with business. And his past credits, he worked with Jennifer Lopez, Jay-Z, and we're just trying to bring people who can actually get you, you know, into the music industry, any field you want to get into, and then also what you need to do to stay consistent. Because some of the people who I know for 5-10 years still stay consistent. Matter of fact, real quick, JB, we're going to do a shout out to Henry with the 3. Shout out to Henry.
Yeah, shout out to Henry, man. Hey, my man doing his thing. I see you popping big shit over there, Henry. Hey, my man plugged in, man. Y'all got to fuck with Henry, man. Definitely.
Yeah, so Henry with the 3, known him for years, and he is a good example on how to be successful with your own home studio. You know, he hasn't had like a 9-to-5 since I known him.
Yeah.
All he does is, you know, recording, mixing, production, and he's making money off that. That's his only job. And it's to the point, like, I think he just got back from Virginia. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Or North Carolina in some poker tournament. Because he likes to play, but the thing is, he's consistent with his work ethics. That's someone who's going to be coming out to Cephora Lounge.
Yeah, definitely Henry, man. I always wanted to tap into his network. He's all good, Henry. I ain't trying to take nobody from you, man, but I see you working over there, man, and I respect that type of business, man, because it's not easy out here, you know, to having that job to staying consistent, you know, because you really have to believe in yourself until something shake, man. That's how it's been happening, and that's how it's going to continue to happen. But yeah, real quick, I like to touch bases on the artists real quick. Artists, I got some free game for you guys. You have to have a schedule just like anybody else. This is definitely for rebel ears, but this is what Ray really does focus on right here. As far as being an artist, like, you know, a little bit of artist development for you guys. Understand that every day is a schedule for you, and it's how you create your craft. okay, you're gonna go in the studio every day and you're gonna spend this money, you're gonna make music. We're not really focused on, everybody focused on making a hit, but what's the backup plan to that? Because any song could turn around and be a hit. A lot of people make hits and don't even know that they're hits until other people hear them or get out. So what I'm saying is, what are you gonna do? Like, are you making a club hit? Are you making a drop top summertime hit? Like, what are you focused on? When do you want to release this hit? Where are you headed? What's your vision when you're in here creating these songs? Just to create it and then wait and see what somebody else can do to it? It starts with you. It starts with how you want to do it. So I'll tell the artist right now, okay, boom, 3 more time frame. You need at least 2-3 club hits, you know what I'm saying? And you need something for the summertime and you need something for the ladies. That's 5 songs I'm asking for. Now, however you give me 5 songs, it's like, think about it. Like, I just gave you 3 examples. 3 club hits that you can hit that can be bangers back to back to back. That's where you get them one-hitter quitters from, because they make that one track and then they ain't got that backup song. They ain't think about that backup song that was going to keep them going after they made that first hit. So therefore, what you going to do? 3 club hits, song for the ladies, song for the summertime. How you going to create these hits? Where's it going to come from? What is your focus? Who are you reaching out to? What's the age bracket of the songs that you're creating for? Like, all that is a part of artist development. All that is a part of something that you have to do to at least have some type of lane when you're in there creating your artistry, you know, your craft or whatever. So just think about that.
Yeah, I totally agree on that. Make sure to have everything right. If you have, you know, all your sessions, make sure, if you can, get it professionally mastered. You know, there's multiple methods. You can do it yourself if you know what you're doing, especially when it comes to compression, limiter, EQ, saturation. I'm talking more in depth on the music. You know, get that first, because the music comes with the business. So if your business not in order, you're not going to be successful. You'd be surprised how many events that me and JB been at, and, you know, the mix wasn't right, the vocals were too loud, especially, okay, good example, he's talking about you performing, right? If you had to perform on the spot, do you have a show version? So getting in depth with show versions. So basically, it's as simple as if you had the session yourself, you would take your leads out, like the verse, because you're gonna do your verse if you're confident enough and you have good breathing, especially through your diaphragm. Right. Like what I would tell you to do, try to do your song running on a treadmill or run around your neighborhood. That's artist development. If you were performing in front of JB right now, you got to come correct. Of course, like if you're on stage, if it's a big stage, because I did a lot of festivals, concerts, I built these stages and I've seen like top professionals on how they perform. You need to be on point. That's basically what it is. Do you agree on that?
Yeah, this is right here. Like when you rap that song, if you create that song that's for the people, whatever song you created and how you're going to create it, like, let's be serious. When we're looking at you and what's coming out your mouth, is it you? Did you really put thought into that song? Is it you? Can we look at it like, you know what? I believe that guy. I know that guy is doing exactly what we said, because that's what reflects. When you perform, if you don't look believable, whether you do it or not, it's all about what you put into the craft. So when you're ready to perform, we need to know that we believe you. We need to be able to vibe with you like, bruh, I ain't never been in this situation, but I feel what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If we can't be like that, then that's what you have to work on when it comes to that artist development. Because anybody can come in with a hard beat and it'll sound good over when we play it in the music, but your presence is everything. Because if we can't match the presence with the song, then we might be working with something funny. Because when you get in front of them executives, they were like, this is the guy you brought us. Yeah, I love the music, but this is the guy that you brought us. So everything is in character. Everything. And like he was saying, like, you got to be on point. You got to stay, you got to know what you're doing. Okay, so as you can see, we're giving out a few gems, especially when it comes to like getting your business right, especially if you meeting somebody, connecting, if you had to perform at that moment, what you need to have prepared, what you need to do right after the event, like after you perform, you should be going around networking with everybody who's stopping to shake your hand or tell you have a dope performance. That's the thing. You want to have a dope performance enough, like soon as you take one step off stage, people are already in front of you trying to get your network, trying to work with you, trying to find more about you, find your social media. If you have a website, do you have merchandise? You'd be surprised. I see people all the time, as soon as they get off stage, people are either trying to get their social media, pay for merchandise, get their connects for events for the future, or collab. It's one of those. Like, if you're doing it right,
The money's going to come to you, the connect's going to come to you, the business is going to come to you. But as long as you're doing your part, and then after you get all those, what's the next step? You got to have business cards. If you have social media, make it simple enough that if JB asks for your social media, like, you can go ahead and give him the name. Don't let it be like numbers and something confusing. Especially if you're an artist, try to stick with your brand. If your name is Cyrex Billings, your Instagram should be Cyrex Billings. Even though that's weird, it's something that's consistent, like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. Everything should be consistent on your brand. So that's another gem right there. Because if JB's looking at you dealing with, okay, this is something more in-depth, SEOs, search engine optimization. So let's say if JB's trying to find you, right? He could just type your name on Google. All your social media should automatically pop up from YouTube, Instagram, all that. Even if you have a website, make it consistent. And then from there, okay, let's say if you have a website, everything is linked to your website, right? So if you have your own website, if you have the funds to do it, you know, there's different ways, Wix.com, Squarespace, GoDaddy. You just got to figure out what you're going to put. Are you going to give something? Okay, so good example of what I'm doing. This is something that's more insight on what I'm doing. So me and JB got it to the point, like, anytime we have an event and you come to the event, and we do things in general when it comes to not even just music and fashion. We also talk about like branding, email marketing. So email marketing, that's going to be the biggest thing for 2020 for everybody. If you don't have your system set up that you get in, you know, everybody's phone number or email address, you're losing. So with email marketing, you can have it to the point, like, you can be giving out like free downloads, free PDFs, free plugins, free presets, free templates. Yeah. You know, it just really depends on what you're trying to do to bring the crowd value.
Right. And then, and also creating a crowd base. Listen, man, just because you don't have 100 people following you right away does not mean you cannot have 1, 2, or 3 people that support you. Because if you got 1, 2, or 3 people that support you, that just gives room for more believers. Because, well, if them 3 believe in this person, then should I'm riding with them too. You know what I'm saying? So every little thing counts, man. Every little thing counts. I'm glad Ray said that, because this is something when he was just talking about as far as having your artist name lined up with your social network names. The reason that is very good, very serious. Well, you know, very, very serious when it comes to platforms. Universal. I don't even know I'm supposed to say this, but I'm gonna drop some real life gems on y'all. I have a homie that works with them. I ain't about to talk about who he is. Good cat of mine, good friend of mine. You know what I'm saying? This man said that Universal, which I'm assuming the other record labels have them too, they have loop rooms. When you walk in this loop room, it's 1 million TVs in one room, and all they're doing, they're constantly following and unfollowing artists. They watch your numbers, they watch your hits, they watch the music video, and they link their systems to follow everything that you are doing. And based off the numbers, they decide if they're going to drop this person or pick this person up, and that's how they find you. So it's very important to have your social networks and everything lined up.
It makes it easy for people to find you. If you're not easy to find, like if your Facebook is like X Jones, and then your Instagram says like Joan X, like you got to fix something. Because I'm not going to be trying to find you on Instagram and then got to find you on Facebook with 2 different names. Keep it consistent, just to make it easy for you for beneficial aspects in the future. Especially, it'll help you to like get in touch with a manager, a producer, another artist, even studio owners, because I know some studio owners. Okay, this is more in depth when it comes to the studio flow. Like I know DJs that actually pay artists just to come out to the studios, have overnight sessions, paying 6 hours just so they can like talk about what they're going to be doing next. Sometimes they record, but the biggest thing is to plan ahead. Because if you have the studio in front of you, it's more convenient on getting on the business aspect. But then when it's time to record, like every Saturday now, JB is going to be at Rebel Ear Studio this Saturday for the Fly Hippie session. Every Saturday, Fly Hippie has a session, and we're just staying consistent with releasing tracks every week. So for February 14th, Izzy Askew, shout out to Izzy of Fly Hippie, he's coming out with a track that's called Last Time. All right? So it's more of a Valentine's feel, automatically telling everybody, when this comes out, have a happy Valentine's, be with your loved ones, be with someone you feel comfortable with. Check out the song Last Time by Izzy Askew. So Real quick, if you want to follow Izzy Askew, it's IZZYA.SKEW on Instagram. Check out his song Misfit that came out. I mixed it actually, so people can actually hear, my craft mixed and mastered. When it comes to mastering, I get more in depth on that too, but I'm going to be having courses when it comes to mixing, mastering, and even JB, when he come out to panels, he going to get more in depth on the gens that we actually talk about. Because when you come out to Cephora Lounge, it's actually beneficial financially. Because general admission is what? Only $5, right?
Mm-hmm. $5 entry, man. Listen, man, the cabin fee is $5 at the Layover, man. Y'all got to come and check us out each and every Tuesday. $5.
Yeah. And honestly, when you think about that, what is that $5 going toward? It's going towards value and networking.
Definitely value and network, especially when I start seeing all that support that's coming consistently. And when we start bringing all the top dogs, I feel comfortable putting people on and networking and working out the prices, because the price has to be right. But guess what? The price can also be cheap. You just have to be willing to invest in yourself.
That is true. I do believe that. JB, I just want to say thank you for coming out to Rebel Ear Studios to have this, talk, man.
Thank you for having me, Ray. I really appreciate that, man. It's always a welcome. A lot of it feels like home when I come to Rebel Ear Studio, man. Appreciate that.
So the next time, follow us on all social medias. Listen to the podcast. We're going to be having new podcasts every 2 weeks. From everybody at Rebel Ears, I want to say thank you and keep tuning in.